You know, I just got through watching a little bit of Fox News, and I've watched documentaries on the war and the way they're treating our veterans. Let me tell you, this is the main reason I left the Republican Party and went independent. The Republicans are, how would you say, they're entitlement rants. Well, our entitlements are costing this, costing that. Do you know what they're including in this? Let me ask you this. If you believe in the entitlement, we need to cut the entitlements. Let me ask you if you believe this. What about our veterans, our injured veterans that come back, disabled vets? We got to take care of our vets. I mean, them flag waving Republicans are the first ones up there. Yeah, yeah, support the troops, support the troops. But when they come home beat up and everything, they lump veterans' disability into the entitlement system, just like Social Security. People work their lives, they work, government takes out that money. Look at your paycheck. They take out separate from federal income tax is Social Security. Completely separate. All right? It's taken out. When you're working, they take out Medicare separate from the federal. But many years ago, they all banded together in a bipartisan thing with Clinton and lumped all that money together into the central accounting fund. That's how Clinton balanced the budget. Okay, he took the surplus from the entitlements. So the Republicans have blood all over their hands up there in Washington. They're lumping what people worked for into welfare. Now, when somebody doesn't do nothing their whole life except have babies and live off the system, from time they're 18 years old. And I agree, there's some people that do need it. But if you go through the government housing projects, you will see people with no injuries at all. Mostly, that's where a lot of the drugs and prostitution comes from. And people drive through there to get it. So, I can't blame it all on them. They're just supply and demand. But the Republicans got blood all over their hands when they lump Social Security and veterans benefits and all like that, and they call that entitlement. That is one of the few things that if you paid for, yes, you're entitled to a service. It's just like if I go to a shoe repair shop and I bring my shoes in, I expect a quality job and I pay the guy money. He is entitled to money. I am entitled to good work. That's where the Republicans, they blur the line. This is where they get blood all over their hands. They consider they lump in things that Americans have paid for as an entitlement. If I pay you for a service, I expect a service back. Yes, I consider myself entitled. So, next time you hear the Republicans crying about entitlements, you think about the wounded warriors. I want to think you to think about the senior citizens of this country that they have. Give you an for instance, my disability. They said I got a 1.7% cost of living raise, but yet the check went down by $10. Why? Well, insurance went up. Medical insurance. You think, you're in disability. Why are you paying medical insurance? Oh, no. No, 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 no. You see, even the drug plan, when you go to the pharmacy and you pay your $2.50 for your 30-day supply, which is about 10 cents a pill or whatever, you're probably paying for the actual cost of the pill. The $80 that the insurance company pays the pharmacy is all profit. That's why you see Walgreens and CVS, all them people jumping up everywhere. Those are the people that are sucking off the entitlement system. The doctor's $135 office visit. You know, these are the people that go. They're like the Social Security system is a big sow, and these are all little piglets sucking off the tits of the sow. That's why the Social Security system is going bankrupt, because all the little greedy piglets sucking off the tits of the sow. It's not the people. It's not the retired people. It's not the injured vet. It's all the greedy little pigs sucking off those tits that are destroying the Social Security system. So yeah, the Republicans have huge amounts of blood on their hand, and I don't want no part of it. Republicans say, we're for smaller government. We need to increase money to the military. But you know what the military does? They turn around and buy new toys, and off to the side go the disabled vets. You can't help it. If I was a general, I'd want new toys too. Hey man, I'm in charge of Strategic Bomber Command, and here comes this company up here. Look, I got this new invisible plane for you. And I'm a general. I say, yeah, I'm human. I want that. Yeah, give me. But I'm looking at my budget. Where do I cut? Oh well, look at all those vets, man. We're spending way too much money on them. I'll cut these vets, and I'll get me my new bomber. So anyway, why the Republican Party is not my party. Don't get excited. Democrats ain't it either. Democrats are further down the trough. All right? Democrats say they want to do this and want to do that, but basically what they want to do is they want more piglets sucking on those big tits. That's what they want. And that's what the new medical bill is going to do. It's going to create a whole bunch of more little pigs sucking on the tits of the system. And the people that's supposed to get the benefits ain't going to get squat. How do I know this? My cousin got into the insurance billing business. He was a pedorthist. And he's making millions. He says, these things when I was building these before I got taking insurance, these orthotics, he was making them for people for $50. Custom-made orthotics. Once he started billing insurance, he started getting $200 a piece for them, because they would pay their deductible, which was about $35, just a few bucks under what he would have billed them for anyway. Then he charged the insurance company $165 or something like that, and he became a piglet sucking on the tit of the system. And the insurance companies are not innocent. If you don't believe me, go by an insurance company office, by one of the state offices. Go by the corporate, central office. Huge ivory tower. Lots of little minions running around. All those minions are being paid salaries to tell you no. Huge bureaucracies. The drug companies. Huge bureaucracy. Look at any drug company executive that doesn't have a big yacht now. Probably a commercial jet. Any of them. Pick one. Pfizer. Whatever. I'm not going to name names. There's too many. And they're all piglets that are sucking on the tits of that sow. And that's where your Social Security money is going. It's not going to the beneficiaries. If you look at what actually goes out to the people, it's insignificant compared to the cost of the system. Actual money that goes to, the actual check that's cut out, insignificant compared to all the little piglets, the people that are not disabled, not retired, sucking off the system. That's where it goes to. And that's why I'm not a Republican. Because Republicans lump all that together. They want to blame the disabled, the elderly. Say, oh, the elderly's going to have to take cuts. We are. They are taking cuts. Let's see, who else is taking cuts? Oh, the veterans are going to have to cut their benefits. We're all going to have to tighten our belt. No, they're not. They say no. Okay, so there you go. That's why I'm not a Republican anymore. No, they lie just as bad as the Democrats. The only way to go is to be a constitutional libertarian or be independent. So, if in your next election, look at the independents. Forget about the Republicans and Democrats. I mean, that's why I know I'm not going to win. I mean, I want to put my name on the ballot because lots of people I have asked, I said, why don't you run? You're good at this. You speak good and everything. I asked them to run. Oh, I don't want no part of that. I can't do it. I can't do it. I haven't got no money. It doesn't take any money. Look at me. Poor Mr. Bibb's going to get his name on the ballot. And I can't do it. I can't say anything about it unless I put my money where my mouth is. Unless I put up or shut up. So, I'm going to put up. I have no... I'm not going to get elected, but I'm putting my name out there. Could you imagine what some of the younger folk that, some of the people I've asked to, I said, man, you ought to run. You ought to run. A couple of them I've asked are members of the Republican Party. Said, well, we got a governor that's Republican. Governor of Tennessee ain't got no balls, buddy. He doesn't take his oath of office seriously. He's a businessman. He ought to be Department of Finance or something. He ought to be. I mean, he'd be good in one of those areas. But Department of Commerce, he could be Executive Department of Commerce, whatever. The governor we got now is not a good governor overall. He does not understand defending the rights of the people. So, anyway, David Sardi for governor 2014.